On August 23, 2008, in Hammam Ghazaz, Kalibia, Tunisia, around 120 people gathered for an overnight camp event. The atmosphere was fun, light-hearted, full of stories, songs, and snapshots taken by the event's official photographer. But after the camp ended, while reviewing the photos, one participant noticed something disturbing. In a group photo, a strange figure appeared standing between two friends. Everyone present confirmed no one like that attended the event. So who or what was standing between them? YouTuber Desert Sasquatch was out on a hike, exploring the forest and filming along the way.
I keep coming across all these bones right in here that I haven't ever... Well, I've seen them. That kind of bone. At first I thought it was something else, but it's just a regular elk bone or something. I thought it'd been like drilled on or something. It hadn't. Anyway, blinding.
At first it was nothing unusual, just quiet woods and a few scattered animal bones. But after uploading the footage, his viewers noticed something he didn't. On the right side of the screen, a dark figure moves. He hadn't seen it in person, only the camera caught it. Moments later, he captured this. Was it just a person wandering deep in the woods, or could it truly have been Bigfoot, watching from the shadows? A few years ago, a man from Carlisle, UK, set off for a summer backpacking trip through Australia. He left his Victorian end terrace home locked and completely empty. No roommates, no visitors. Before leaving, he installed an Android security camera linked to his Google Home. It was set up in the living room, programmed to activate only when it detected movement. Weeks into his trip, he got a notification. A photo. The camera had triggered. He sent his father to check the house immediately. Everything was still locked, still empty. To this day, no one can explain what the camera captured. D. Menace entered an abandoned malt factory alone in June 2020. As he wandered through dark halls and into the basement, the vibe turned unsettling.
And I think I reached a really dangerous and scary part here, because it's starting to feel and look exactly like in Silent Hill. Holy shit. I don't know, should I go into these kind of places? Look what I found. I found a bed here. God damn it. Who the hell will go to this place to chill? Because in German it's written here that raise your legs and chill. Who's gonna chill here?
He found strange graffiti and a red chair with creepy German text saying, "Raise your legs and chill." Things started to feel off. In the second part of the building, he realized he wasn't alone. Someone else was in there.
I keep hearing noises here. I don't know if it's because I'm scared or if it's really because somebody is in here already. For sure somebody gonna come here today because this place is huge. It's really a big mark on the land here, and it's hard to miss it.
Then he spotted him through a window.
Holy shit. Holy shit, he's coming. Oh, wait. So it's like not enough that I'm not the only one in this building. Now I see somebody's coming inside. I hope that this guy is peaceful and normal.
Not knowing the person's intentions, D tried to keep his distance. But soon he saw a pair of legs through a hole in the wall. Terrified, he tried to make his way out, but as soon as he turned a corner, the man suddenly pushed him to the ground.
Good, alles gut. Chill out, man. Everything is fine. English, yeah, English. What the fuck, man? What's happening?
I'm just coming here. I'm just so scared of you, so I'm just running around.
Why didn't you say something?
Because I just heard and I was scared.
Good, please speak in English. Let me hold my camera for a moment. Holy shit, man. What the hell?
You scared me. I was just, I don't know who's rummaging around here, so could have been dangerous for me. So
we're good.
We're good.
Everything is fine.
Everything's fine.
After some tense words, they realized it was all a misunderstanding. The man, named Jonathan, was just another explorer. Both had come to investigate, each thinking they were being stalked by the other. Eventually, they teamed up and explored the rest of the building together. Ever since getting a digital camera for his birthday, this man and his wife began taking photos near an old cemetery, one dating back to 1874, complete with a crematorium and crumbling gravestones. They captured a few ghostly orbs here and there, nothing too strange, until one particular night. That's when something different showed up. In one of the photos, a shadowy figure appeared. It looked like a little girl walking alone through the cemetery. No one else was there. So who or what did they capture? Could it be a lingering spirit? During their trip, a guy named Ben posted a video on YouTube that his friend Levi had filmed. Levi was just practicing lines for play in their rental, until something weird showed up in the window behind him.
Sweetie, baby girl, I still miss you. I wish you were here.
The light in the upper corner gets brighter right as the reflection appears, which suggests it was more likely someone behind the camera and not a ghost. It gave people chills, but honestly, it might be more staged than real. A person living across from an abandoned house had always heard the rumors that the place was haunted. But one afternoon, something happened that made them take it seriously. They glanced out the window and noticed a woman standing in the top right window of the old house, just staring back. They grabbed their phone and snapped a few pictures, but by the time they looked again, she was gone. The house has all its doors chained and padlocked. It's not the kind of place someone can just walk into. They called the police to check it out, just in case someone had broken in. But no one was there. No sign of anyone inside or even nearby. Whatever they saw, no one has a good explanation for it. On May 7th, 2025, a YouTuber named Kayla shared a tense experience from her van life journey. After a long drive, she stopped outside a motel hoping to get some rest. Exhausted and out of options, she parked in the back lot. She tried to get some sleep, but late into the night, someone knocked on her van.
You guys, there's a knock on my door. Oh shoot, it's the middle of the night. Oh, hold on, the dog sees him too. Hold on, shh. Hold on. Oh, move, Rocky, move. I can't even get up here because of the dog. Move it.
The man claimed to be a guest and demanded that she leave the property.
You got a room here?
Excuse me?
You got a room here?
I was actually about to get a room. I wasn't here that long. I had to use the bathroom.
Alright. You don't have a room here, you have to leave.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god. I'm getting kicked out. And it's the middle of the night. Oh my god.
Startled, Kayla drove off into the night.
I could have not just answered the door, but I'm pretty sure he seen me pull up and with the dog running out and stuff like that, he definitely saw me. So it's best I just leave or cause any type of problem.
She eventually found a truck stop, a well-lit place, but far less comfortable. It didn't feel safe, but she didn't have any other options. She made it through the night, barely sleeping, but she made it through. The next morning, she continued her journey, hoping to find a better spot this time. This photo was snapped by a woman tending livestock on her Navajo land in Ganado, Arizona, after she heard strange noises. She wasn't out searching for anything, but when she followed the sounds, she spotted it. The Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization reviewed the image and noted that the bulky, upright figure resembled classic Bigfoot reports, too large to be a person in a costume, especially in such an isolated area. Still, the image is blurry, and without physical proof, skeptics argue it could be a misidentified rock or shadow. But the mystery lingers. While backpacking through India, something terrifying was caught on camera. A massive 4-lane concrete bridge under construction across the river Ganges in Bihar suddenly collapsed. It was the second time in just over a year. Realizing the danger, people on a nearby boat panicked, scrambling to get away. The video cuts off abruptly, but thankfully it was later confirmed no one was injured. Back in 2012, Paul Feehan and his friend were out hiking near Abersock when they decided to film the peaceful view. It felt like they had the whole place to themselves. But as they checked the footage, they spotted something that gave them the chills. In the background stood a shadowy figure. Whatever it wasn't something they noticed at the time, and they still can't explain it. A group from Dimensions Paranormal visited Rivington Pike in the UK, a place often labelled haunted. After exploring the moors, the real shock came when they returned to their car.
What? What the fuck? No! No! Okay. Okay. That's weird. That's really weird.
The door was wide open. Nothing was stolen, and they were certain they'd locked everything. Confused, they tried asking the spirits if they were responsible, but got no clear response.
Okay, did somebody open the car? Did somebody open the car?
While some might blame forgetfulness, the team strongly believed no one left the door open. With no signs of a break-in and all belongings untouched, the only explanation they could lean toward was something paranormal. Mimi left her old life behind to live in a camper van, exploring new campsites deep in the woods. One quiet morning, she woke up and took a peaceful walk through the forest. When she returned, she started cooking hot dogs by the fire. That's when things took an unexpected turn.
Hi,
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm a little lost and I'm hoping maybe you can kind of help me.
Yeah, what's up?
So my kid he's 20,
Uh-huh.
but he was hiking around the Linville Gorge, and this is telling me to turn here and go obviously through that gated area, which doesn't look like a thing,
Yeah, no.
to get to his pen. He pinned me there.
Okay, well I'm assuming you did a trail, right? Like a marked trail.
Yeah, but he said he was like on the side of a road and he's throwing up, and he's like, come get me. I just drove from Raleigh.
Oh, dang.
In my work clothes.
Oh my gosh, so you really are?
Yeah, I was like, I'll be right there.
Oh god, yeah, that's far. Okay.
Do you have...
I guess he doesn't know anyone out this way that would have something.
No, he traveled up here by himself.
Oh.
I thought he'd be all like crazy.
Well, we've got quite the situation. Apparently, down that road that I was just walking down, about 2.5 miles, her son is very sick and needs her to come get them, but she can't get past the gate. And there's no other entrance way because I just hooked up my Starlink to see. There's no other way down there than through that gate, which is very locked. So she's calling 911 now to see if they can come home.
A woman showed up, panicked, searching for her son who got seriously sick. He was stuck past a locked gate, and emergency crews had to come rescue him.
You don't let go. You really don't let go. We're going to have a bunch of rescuers coming in.
It looks like he
Is that your son?
So where do you want me to move? Okay.
How far is
the river, about on the service road? On the map says walk pit, so there's going to be the new walk pit that he's on, probably about 2 miles total in from the gate.
All right, EMS and emergency services are coming out. They're gonna go get him. He's about 3 miles down the road. Well, we're thinking this guy has the key to unlock the gate, so realistically you wouldn't need EMS services because she can go get him, but this guy's apparently really sick down there. She said he's not one to complain. He's been hiking for maybe 2 days. And he was going to set up camp about 2 more miles down, but then he started getting real sick and throwing up a lot. And he called his mom all the way from Raleigh. She drove a little over 4 hours to get here. She's still in her work clothes. So I told her to sit with me at the fire to stay warm at least, but she's so nervous. I understand why. I mean, my gosh. This night's about to get a little bit crazy up in here. Would you look at that? There's the last fella leaving. Well, the fire's going out. They ended up just letting her take her son. He's in the car with her right there. They're gonna go probably home because he doesn't want to go to the hospital. I don't blame him. But yeah, quite the eventful night, huh? Holy crap.
Thankfully, the woman's son was later found safe along the trail. But what if he hadn't had cell service? What if he couldn't call for help? The outcome could have been very different. A paranormal investigator was exploring St. Joseph Cemetery near Kimmswick, Missouri, when things took a chilling turn.
Michael?
While trying to talk to spirits using a spirit box, she caught a strange voice. Then she captured this. A shadow moved near a grave by her vehicle. No one was around. So who or what cast that shadow? Could it have been something explainable, or was it something truly paranormal? These two went for a climb during their hike. Everything looked steady. But in a blink, the climber above came crashing down, right onto the one below. They both hit the ground hard, and it could have ended badly. But somehow, both were alright. Now that's a true friend, taking the hardest part of the fall. Chamos, a YouTuber, went out one night with his buddy to explore a creepy old house deep in the woods. As they got closer, something weird showed up.
Bota a luz na casa, pô, direita. Aqui. Na casa, homem. Oh, meu Deus, é ela, Chamos. O quê? É, cara. É ela, velho. Deixa eu ver. Ô, velho, tem uma sombra lá, velho. Espera aí, daqui a câmera, daqui. Cara. Daqui a câmera. Não desce do carro, velho.
They stepped out of the car to check it out, but the closer they got, the scarier it got.
Oi! Ô, Chamos, não vai, velho. Não vai lá, velho. Pelo amor de Deus, velho. Chamos! Sai daí, cara! Ô, Chamos! Chamos, não vai, Chamos! Ei! Oh, meu Deus, cara!
When they zoomed in with the camera, it looked more inhuman. On their way back through the forest, they spotted it again.
Olha ali, ó! Olha ali, ó!
Its eyes glowed unnaturally, and whatever it was, it didn't feel like anything from this world. All they knew was they had to get out fast. One afternoon in Nevada, a woman and her mom were out for a walk when they spotted something strange in the sky.
Now they're up above the thing. That is cool. Go? Oh, I can't go there. Right there. Why don't your video only go to 12 times zoom, but your photo go to 30 times? I don't know. I can't see shit. They keep going just, triangular form. Yeah, they just opened it again. Cool. Look at all the video. Now they're in a square.
It's not airplane, so it has to be drones.
Yeah, no. As soon as it's a slap hammer.
Where'd they go?
It's right there, fading kind of.
Yeah.
I am not steady as hell.
Oh, there they are, over there, I see.
Nevada's no stranger to weird sightings. Locals often report UFOs. The women, confused, were unsure of what they were seeing. During a family trip, they visited the Pirate House in Savannah, Georgia, a place long rumored to be haunted. After dinner, curious but not expecting much, they wandered through the old building, snapping a few casual photos along the way. Days later, while looking back at the pictures, one image stopped them cold. In what should have been an empty hallway stood a figure. No one remembered seeing anyone there, and to this day, no one can explain what or who appeared in that photo. On April 21st, 2025, Fer and Lori, a Brazilian couple documenting their travels across South America in their van, faced one of their most terrifying experiences. After a full day exploring a busy park in Montevideo, they parked in what seemed like a safe spot to rest for the night. But just before dawn, something chilling happened. They were jolted awake by tapping on the van's side, followed by someone trying the door handle. Then, the sound of footsteps running away.
Eu realmente não sei o que a gente faz. 3h07 da manhã. Não sei se a gente vai embora de Montevidéu, se a gente tenta achar outro lugar. Primeiro a gente ouviu um barulho. A gente tava dormindo e parecia que estavam batendo na lataria da van. E aí a gente acordou. O Lauri levantou, olhou pelas janelas, eu olhei atrás, porque eu tava mais perto da janela da porta. E quando o Lauri veio aqui na frente, um cara tava tentando abrir essa porta. Só que fez pouquíssimo barulho, né? Se tu não tivesse aqui, olhando, a gente nunca ia ver.
Shaken, they drove aimlessly through the city until they found a 24-hour market, thankfully with a police presence nearby. Still unnerved, they made a decision the next morning. Leave the city behind and stick to quiet, rural roads for the rest of their journey. During a fun trip, this man snapped a photo of his wife at the old post office in St. Bathans, New Zealand. But to their surprise, it wasn't just any ordinary photo. A pale figure can be seen staring from the upstairs window, eerily resembling an elderly man. The place was empty when he took the shot. Locals have long whispered about hauntings in the area, and this photo has stirred up things once again. While exploring the abandoned grounds once tied to the infamous Poquianchi sisters, the YouTube group Extinct File caught something chilling on camera.
La casa donde dormían. No mames. No inventes, güey. No mames. Cámara 2, güey. Hola.
A ghostly figure standing in a doorway. As they pressed on, strange noises echoed around them.
No puede ser, güey. La madre.
Then came a wailing sound. It rose and fell for several minutes, unnerving and unexplainable. Suddenly, they spotted this.
No mames, güey. No mames, cámara 2. Güey, ¿qué pedo? No mames. No mames, aquí había alguien, güey.
Just as they stepped into the fenced-off area, the figure vanished. Given the site's dark and disturbing past, one has to wonder, are the spirits of the Poquianchi's victims still trapped there? Back in the early 90s, David went on a school trip to a war museum in northern England. Years later, while flipping through old photos with his partner Andrew, one picture stopped them cold. Behind the group of smiling kids was a pale face. David swears he was at the very back, and no one else was around them at the time. The face doesn't match any of the children or staff. It unsettled him so deeply, he refuses to look at that photo ever again. Some say old places hold on to memories. Others wonder if something else was standing there that day. Something that never left. A Reddit user was hiking deep in the woods when he came across a pile of old VHS tapes. The tapes were lying neatly over fallen leaves, some half buried, yet strangely clean, almost if they'd been placed there on purpose. The post exploded with reactions. Most people wondered if the tapes might contain something creepy or disturbing. Others thought it could be some kind of promo, maybe for a new horror movie. Unfortunately, the user didn't have anything to play them with and was too creeped out to take them home. So I guess we'll have to wait until someone else finds them. Until then, the mysterious tapes remain a mystery. A woman was on a trip when she drove through a neighborhood and saw something she couldn't explain. She posted it to Facebook, thinking she'd captured alien activity, or maybe even a portal forming in the sky. And at first glance, it did look otherworldly, something we've only seen in a few other strange videos before. But one commenter suggested a more grounded explanation. He claimed there were just smoke rings from fireworks. According to him, when something blasts through a small smoke tube with force, it creates a vortex that forms these perfect rings. The original poster hasn't commented yet on whether she believes that could be the answer. It was a full moon night when a YouTuber named Al Capone set out to explore a cemetery with a friend. As they wandered through the graves, the camera picked up several strange anomalies.
It was like something was rubbing against the bushes, though.
Something rubbing against something. That scared me. That was close to me.
No, behind me.
Oh, you heard it behind you? I heard it.
No, I heard what was by you, but I'm saying by the cars, like someone put their hand out and was just dragging it across the bushes.
Wow.
I hear them. Sounds like a kid talking.
It does sound like a kid.
But around 5 minutes in, something truly unsettling happened.
Right in here somewhere. You probably... Did you hear a child?
Yeah, I did just hear a child.
Down in front of us.
It sounded like a cry. You guys let me know if you see it. What was that?
What's that, Alex?
That was like someone crying. Shh, shh. That sounded like someone crying. From like that building over there, that direction. That sounded like whimpering.
Oh my God.
That was clear as day.
That was so close.
That was clear as day.
That was definitely a cry, a whimper cry. Holy shit.
A childlike cry echoed through the darkness. They froze. Whatever was out there remains a mystery. Up in the mountains of Kazakhstan, some explorers recently came across something wild. A huge doorway carved straight into a rock, way bigger than any regular person could use. This isn't the first time something like this has been found. All over the world, in South America, Asia, even Africa, there are these giant stone doorways and structures. Some folks think they prove giants once walked the earth. Skeptics say it's just natural stuff. When the hiker sees how precise and massive these things are, it's hard not to wonder who really made them. This security camera captured terrifying footage. A woman can be seen sprinting down a narrow alley, clearly terrified. Moments later, this happened. Another woman appears behind her, moving unnaturally. As the woman reaches the end of the alley, she suddenly collapses and lies still. Then, without warning, she vanishes. The video, grainy and distorted, leaves more questions than answers. If it was a woman, she must have been under the influence, but that doesn't explain how she disappeared from the footage. This man was just walking through a graveyard when he spotted a strange sight inside a mausoleum. At first, it looked like something or someone was lying there under a blanket. He kept watching, trying to make sense of it, and then suddenly the blanket moved. For a split second, something under it shifted and pulled the cover back over, like it didn't want to be seen. It wasn't just creepy, it made no sense. Who was that, and how did they get in? And what happened to the person who was supposed to be buried there? A Reddit user posted about a bizarre find in their backyard in southern New England.
What is that?
It was an odd, almost alien-looking creature. Someone commented that it was actually a train of caterpillars, all moving in sync, and I guess that's what it is. But still, I can imagine that's one of the strangest things to stumble upon. Have you ever seen something like this? The owner of the channel, Hills Outdoors, went into a forest he'd never camped in before, hoping to stay the night in a shelter he'd been building. But something wasn't right.
I have been building a bit of a shelter here over the last 6 months or so. I'm hoping it's still here. I'm hearing noises already. Yeah, I've never stayed in this woodland overnight before, so it's all new to me. I'm about halfway. What leaves that are falling off at trees? It's just... Sort yourself out, Danny, sort yourself out. Well, this is turning out to be great. Can't remember where I'm going. Just walking down this path in this mud. I'm hearing some right noises. I know. It's all in my head and everything. I've never stayed in these woods before.
He found a spot and set up a shelter for the night.
It's fucking freaking me out, that is. Hello? Well, I think I know why birds stopped whistling anyway. I heard some, like, shooting gunshots in background. But it's a bit weird, that's like probably a mile or two away. I don't know, I'm probably just freaking myself out sort of thing.
The sounds persisted, but he dismissed it and continued his adventure.
I don't know if you can make that out on camera or not. Just behind me there's some like holly bushes, and you can just see mist coming in. So if it is bad already here, I've got noises, mist is coming in. Oh, I heard a bird at last. Oh, Oh, what were I saying? Mist. Oh, damp wood, no fire, can't cook. We've got some crisp and that's about it. And another 2 beers. Well, as soon as I stopped recording, I heard some rustling in these holly bushes. Now there is a lot of squirrels up here. I don't know what to do if I come in contact with a badger. Would a badger get close if I didn't have a fire? I'm not sure I want to be here tonight. I'm a bit freaked out with everything. It's not like me at all, this. I might even leave this shelter here.
Though he tried to push through, the tension wouldn't go away. In the end, he packed up and left. Nothing dramatic happened, but that gut feeling, it told him enough. Sometimes, that's all you need. A backpacker had just parked their car when they noticed something odd drifting through the sky and started filming. It was this strange, quiet thing, slowly floating, almost like it was checking things out. Then, as the camera zoomed in for a closer look, the object seemed to slow down even more, almost like it noticed. And then, just like that, it vanished. No noise, no trail. While gathering firewood, Stara noticed something small and dangerous moving in the pile. At first, nothing seemed visible, but then she noticed some movement.
See your face? Oh, yeah, oh! Venom on my legs. There we go. There. Oh, more venom. More venom. Fuck! Yes! He's spitting all over me. All over me. They really have a lot of venom to spit.
Using a grabbing stick, she carefully pulled out a spitting cobra, a snake that doesn't just bite, but can launch venom. She kept its head pointed away, inspecting its body with a mix of awe and caution. Suddenly, the snake flattened itself and slipped through her grip. She caught it by the tail just in time, but it kept lunging and spitting venom. The video ends before she releases it, leaving viewers wondering what happened next. This hiker went hiking to the surreal location known as the Stairway to Heaven. It's a narrow cable ladder suspended above a 2,296-foot drop in the Austrian Alps. It stretches across a deep abyss, offering breathtaking views of the Dachstein Glacier and Großglockner, Austria's tallest mountain. While it's not for the faint of heart, it has become a magnet for adventurers chasing that once-in-a-lifetime high-altitude rush and the unreal feeling of walking among the clouds. Would you do it? This YouTuber went out to explore 2 old abandoned barns with a horrible backstory.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to be exploring these 2 abandoned barns behind me. These aren't any ordinary barns either. There's a crazy backstory behind what happened at these barns. Alright, so basically these barns, first of all, are in the middle of absolutely nowhere. I'm literally in the middle of the woods. So basically what happened is back in the 1990s, a person was snowshoeing around this area and they heard screaming coming from over the hill. I'm pretty sure it's like this hill right here somewhere. And so they came down to check it out and they heard that it was coming from inside the barn. And so they went inside the barn and looked, and there was was 4 people tied up, and those 4 people were also on the missing list for this area at the same time. So we're assuming there was some sort of kidnapper involved in this whole thing, but anyways, we're about to explore these barns.
Whether the story was real or exaggerated, he decided to investigate the place. At first, it felt like any other abandoned spot, quiet and empty, nothing off, until he started hearing things.
Also kind of just like wood, like not... What was that? Bro, there's nobody there. Might have been something falling? That creeped me out. I'm leaving now. I'm leaving this barn. What was that? There was like a giant bang. That had to pick up on camera for sure.
And then an angry old man came out of nowhere.
I'm pretty sure during my reconnaissance earlier, I did see a little like sliding door around the back, so hopefully I'll be able to get it.
This is private property, right?
No, I didn't.
Go!
I'm sorry.
Get the camera out of my face. This is private property.
No, I'll turn it off.
Oh my god. Last person you want on this property. This is making bad. I'm not gonna lie. So, dude, you need to get off now.
Hey, chill, bro.
Dude.
Chill.
Get off.
Chill. Yo,
Go.
stop screaming at me, bro. Yo, what the heck? Yo, holy crap. Dude, holy crap.
How here are they? Around you.
Dude, this guy's insane. What the heck?
Get out of the barn.
This guy's insane.
Get out of the
I'm sorry, bro. It's just you're scaring me. When you like...
Get out of the barn.
Okay, I'm sorry. Holy crap. Just chill, bro. Just chill. I'm going.
The man then made a very disturbing comment.
Unless you want to go missing. Leave.
What'd you just say?
Leave.
Dude, chill. Holy crap, dude. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't break anything.
Leave.
Oh.
I told you to stop filming.
Holy crap, stop. Yo, bro, stop.
Go.
No. Yo, this guy's insane. What? Bro, what? Bro, he had a pitchfork. What? Dude, this guy's crazy. I've never seen something like that before. Yo, he literally said, you don't want to go missing like the others. Bro, my face is so cold, I can't even talk. I'm so like numb. I don't know if it's cold or fear or both. But oh my goodness. You think that was the kidnapper? I'm probably gonna blur his face just for privacy, but like, bro, that is insane. Holy crap, dude.
With no signal and no one around, the YouTuber bolted. This wasn't just urban exploring anymore. It felt like he'd barely escaped something real. Now, for more creepy vids, watch this next one.